Hi, Stamper fans. Welcome to another Make It Monday. I am Nan Gerlitz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Bloomington, Illinois. If you're watching live, welcome, welcome. If you are catching the replay, welcome as well. I'm very glad to have you here with me. Most of my viewers catch me on the replay, so don't feel bad if you haven't seen it live. I am here every Monday night on my Facebook page at 7 p.m. Central Time, teaching you new tips and tricks, hopefully, and just, entertaining you in general with my humor, hopefully. But next Monday, which is the day after Christmas, I will not be live, taking the day off to spend time with my family, enjoy, maybe some new Christmas gifts. Who knows? So I will not see you next Monday. And I will let you know on the week after that, the day after New Year's. I'll probably be back live because I'll have some time to prep for you then. So tonight I have something a little different for you. Last year so those of you that don't know, I work a regular day job, Monday through Friday, at the university here. And last year I decided to give my coworkers homemade calendars. We have this really cool stamp set that I'm going to show you that allows you to make calendars really easily. Once you know how to work it, it's like, boom, done, right? So it's super cool. The people that engineered this are just amazing people. So happy that they're part of my team, right? So this year, I again put together calendars to replace those for next year. And I was very happy to see that the people that were there last year were very excited to get their replacement calendar pages and, have a calendar again for next year. Lots of little squeals on different things that I had put on different months. And, I'm looking forward to this month or that month. I have a gentleman that is he's the assistant VP at our office, and he was very excited to get the new calendar for next year. So good gift for everybody who can't use a calendar, right? So I am going to show you how that stamp set works tonight so you can see. So I'm just going to recreate my January calendar that I gave them for this coming year. And I have to figure out too, because I think I forgot to look up. So let me pull up my Google Calendar while we're here because I forgot to look up what day of the week January starts on. Silly, silly me. I had all of this in front of me while I was doing things, obviously. So we're just going to pop that up and boom, January starts on a Sunday. Okay. I think I knew that, right? Because Christmas is on a Sunday, so New Year's Day is on a Sunday. Hello, Penny. So happy you're here. You have missed nothing. Okay, so let's flip the camera and I will get started on showing you all the tips and tricks. So we have a blank slate here because I gave away all of the calendars I made, so I have no finished product to show you. I will have a finished product to show you when I finish it right now. So as always, I put a link to a full supply list and cardstock measurements in the description, so you can check that. And I have already done some pre-stamping and some pre-die cutting and things because that's not the main focus of this video. So we are starting. Oh, I did write down what days everything starts on because I was smart. I just put something on top of it. So anyway, this is the stamp set that I'm going to be showing you how to work tonight. It is called Days to Remember. As you can see, it has all of the months, and it has this is one long stamp, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And when I first saw this stamp set, I was like, okay, that's confusing. And I can totally see how it would be confusing because there's like a 1 over here and a 2 over here. There's a 2 over here, and there's 31s and all sorts of things happening, right? Like, what were people drinking when they designed this? But it's brilliant, and I will show you. If you are just starting out, this is a great stamp set to get, and you could actually put together all your calendars. You have a few little cute doodads and things, you know, little images that you could put on there. If you have people that have birthday months, you've got happy birthdays, you've got a day to remember, it's your day. You can make cool birthday cards with this. So if you have somebody that, you know, oh, I don't know, their birthday's like November 18th. Oh, who could that be? You could make a November calendar and put this little circle right around the 18th for that person and say it's your day or happy birthday. And it's a cool little card, right? Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is you can start your days of the week either on the Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday. I typically do Sunday through Saturday. It's just the way I've always seen calendars. That's how I always make mine. But the option is there for you to start it on a Monday if you would rather and have your weekends together. So, all right. The other stamp set I'm going to use tonight is the Count on Me stamp set because I used this cute little penguin for my January calendar. As I mentioned, I gave away all of the completed calendar pages as Christmas gifts, but I did take pictures. I was smart. So I will be featuring pictures of each of those months all this week on the Facebook page. So you will get to see all of them, even though I don't have the completed ones anymore. Excuse me, just a moment. Little dry today. Okay, so those are our two stamp sets. I am going to use the basic gray stamp pad. I will tell you that on all of the calendar pages I made, so all the pictures that I'm going to show you this week, I used the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad, but there's a cool trick I'm going to show you tonight that doesn't really work with that ink pad, so that's why I switched it out so I could show you a little better. Okay. For today's calendar page, we are starting with a base of thick white 6 by 6 inches. Hold on a moment. I did not circle my birthday on. Okay, that is a funny thing. Next year, I'll remember to do that. Circle my birthday on all of them. I should see if I'd really gotten cool, I could have circled each of their birthdays on their individual calendars. That would have been a nice personal touch. I'll see about this year if I do that. This year I was smart as well. Last year when I first had this idea, I thought, oh, I'm going to make every month a separate kind of thing, all its own. And I tried to design each month. This year, what I did, I got smart, is all the bases were the thick white 6 by 6 inch cardstock. So I didn't have to worry about what colors went with anything. White goes with everything, right? So then I used a piece of designer paper. This is from the Celebrate Everything pack. And this one is 6 inches by 4 inches. So by cutting it, your 12 by 12 paper, you cut it in half at 6 inches, and then you're cutting it into 3 columns of 4 inches. You can get 6 calendars out of one sheet. So I used the Celebrate Everything pack has 4 sheets of each of these designs. So I was able to get 18 calendars out of 3 sheets of designer paper. So really good idea. And I think I will probably carry that same layout or something similar through to this year. So the next thing I did was I took some sort of coordinating color. This is soft seafoam, and I made a 3 by 5 inch piece, and that's what I'm stamping the calendar onto. And that'll go there. And then I came up with just a cute little accent piece. So in this case, it was a little penguin on a circle, which I have pre-stamped, pre-colored, and pre-die cut for you. And that's going to pop right there. So it was just a little accent. And let me tell you, it was a lot easier to plan each of the pages. It was easier to assemble all of the pages. And everybody still loved them. They were still super cute in each individual because the different papers and the different little accent piece. So work smarter, not harder, right? So I'm going to show you how to stamp January's, and then I'm also going to show you how to stamp February's, because I know some of you are going to say, great, January has 31 days. February has 28. How do I do that? I'm going to show you. So let's start. Because I can't zoom in using the streaming software I use, I have gotten my little stool here so I can pull this stamp closer to you so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Alrighty, let's get you out of the light a little bit. Okay, so this is that big long calendar stamp you can see, right? It's got all of the numbers on it and it's very confusing when you first see it. I am going to simplify it for you. I'm going to show you the magic. So this needs to be up here. This is going to be interesting. I'm working on a stool. So, okay. So let's get our Sunday through Monday stamp out. It's the one that's fit. See, you can see these are both very stained because I've used them a lot. And what you need to do is figure out what day of the week the first of whatever month it is your stamping falls on. So we're going to stamp for January 2023, and January 1st of 2023 falls on a Sunday. So here is our Sunday. We are going to line that up with the first. So then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday fall right in line. And now if you look on a calendar, you will see that the Sundays in January are the 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, 29th. And you will see that the Saturdays are the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. So this is designed to do perfectly. It'll line up perfectly. And you'll see when I show you how to do February that it's going to line up perfectly again. So now there's a couple of different things you can do. I will show you the first way right now. So let's get this stool out of the way so I have room to work. And we will grab our basic gray ink pad. And this is another way that I think the designers at Stampin' Up! Are geniuses and deserve some sort of Nobel Prize. Because they made this stamp so that it's the same width as our classic Stampin' pads. So if you can see there, it's exactly 7 days a week wide. So you don't have to mask off anything unless you need to worry about the 31st day. So we're just going to go ahead and write down here, boom, 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 boom. Let's ink that up. Take our cardstock. I'm going to pop that down here. Now, if I had pulled a bigger block out, I could have put the month on top as well. And voila, there is our January calendar. So now what I'm going to do is let's pull January out of here. This is my only difficulty with this stamp set is it's hard to read things, you know, like backwards and upside down when you're trying to find the month. So I'm going to use the other side of the block to get that attached so I don't have to switch things for you. Okay. And then what I tend to do, since Wednesday is the middle of the week, if you're starting it on a Sunday, is I just kind of line that month up over the Wednesday. I kind of center it that way. And voila, we have stamped January. Now all we have to do is quickly assemble this. Like seriously, this is super, super cinchy, guys. A bit of adhesive in each corner. Put that over to the one side. A little bit of adhesive, I think, top and bottom on this part. Put that over to the other side. Where's my penguin? There he is. And a little bit of adhesive on the back of our circle. Boom. You guys, I was chattering at you for quite a while, and it's only 14 minutes into the video. And I have finished one calendar page. So that's how easy this stamp set is. Now, remember, I told you you're going to say, okay, fine, but what happens when you go to your next month, right? Okay, first of all, let me clean off January here and put it back. We're going to move on to February. So when you are doing subsequent months, so anytime you have a month that has 31 days, and the majority of them do have 31 days, I think it's 7 months have 31 days. So that's 7 times you don't have to worry too much about anything. You just have to line it up on your stamp pad and go. But the other 5 months, you're going to need to do a little bit of masking. So February of 2023, the 1st is on a Wednesday. So we're going to line up that W with the 1. All right, and grid paper does help you too, so you know you're getting it in a straight line instead of slanted. So now we've got all of our Sundays in February are the 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. And I will hop over my Google Calendar just to make sure. 5th, 12th, 19th, 26th. Perfect. And then our Saturdays are the 4th, 11th, what is that, 18th and 25th, okay? But, oh, we've got 29, 30, and 31 that we don't need in February. So I'm just going to take a Post-it note. You can use a piece of painter's tape. You can use a piece of our masking paper. Anything like that. I'm just going to cut a little strip of the sticky part of the Post-it note, and I'm literally just going to put that right over those 3 days. Okay, so we've got the 28th, and then I've said, nope, don't need those other 3 dates. So now I have a piece of Petal Pink here. We're going to take that same thing, so Sunday through Saturday, we're going to go right down onto that ink pad. Gosh, I love it that they thought to make this the exact width. And then, very important, take that Post-it off, and you're going to stamp this. And voila, there are your February dates. And you have none of the other extra dates that you need. So most of the time, you're just going to have to mask off that 31. You could also ink the stamp up with a marker instead, a Stampin' Write marker, not a Stampin' Blend, a Stampin' Write marker. You could ink it up with that, and that way you can ink up just the ones you need. I will say that's more time consuming than taking it to a stamp pad and just masking that off. So much easier way to do it. Yeah, so there's your February. I will go ahead and stamp the month on that, and I'll assemble that as well. But I thought this would be a fun project to do with you once a month. I'll go ahead and make that month's calendar, and I'll show you again how to use the stamp set so that you'll really get the hang of it and you'll start to really get more comfortable with it. So again, you can take that little circle. Maybe you want to make a Valentine's Day card for February. You could circle the 14th. You could even make it red or pink or whatever you want. Some really fun things you can do. So that is our little lesson for today. Super short video. Sorry about that. I know it is. It's absolute sorcery. I'm telling you, the designers at Stampin' Up! Are freaking amazing. Just love them because like I said, the first time I saw this stamp set, I was like, okay, this is confusing. How do you do it? What? And then somebody posted in a demonstrator only group exactly how to do it, and the fact that the 7 days fit exactly on one of our classic stamping pads. Absolutely loved that. I will tell you that when I did mine, because I was doing 18 calendars, so that's 18 times 12. It's a lot of pages. I was doing mine with the Stamparatus, so I had the big number stamp set just on there, and I would just move everything else for each month. And I will show you how to do that next month when we put together February's. And that is when I used the Memento ink pad, because it's obviously a little harder to line up your ink pad with this when you have it on the Stamparatus. And you'll see that again in action next month. And I'll show you how to get around that and how to make it pretty simple still. So Really fabulous product. I think probably a very overlooked stamp set, a very underrated product. And now that you see it in action, you can see that, oh my gosh, that is sorcery and wonderful, and you'll need it in your life because, once again, who doesn't use a calendar? You know, we all use them for whatever reason, and I know we've all got them on our phones, but it's super cute to have a nice printed one right on your desk or, in your hallway, whatever, whenever you need it. So, as always, any of the products that I've shown you here are orderable in my online store. There is a link below to that as well. And next month, I will show you how fun Paper Pumpkin is to add to your calendars. So, because those are usually seasonal stamps, so they're super fun to use on a lot of the pages. And I did utilize a lot of my past Paper Pumpkin products, stamp sets, in order to put those pages together. So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope you picked up a tip. I hope I blew your mind, because this stamp set, if you haven't seen it used before, it's a mind blower. And if you did learn something, I'd love it if you'd share the video so that your friends can learn something too. Remember, no live next Monday, but I will have plenty of content for you to see on the Facebook page. So if you've got some downtime between family obligations or whatever, you just need to sneak away, I'll have stuff for you to look at. So have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Otherwise, have a great day off, because you probably have a day off, I hope. And I will see you again soon. Bye, everybody.